This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Now, continuing on with our series of the Barnes & Noble Big 3 from Games Workshop, we're going to finish with a bang, and one that really caught my surprise because I kind of overlooked it and I just thought it was going to be something silly and not so much silly, but I didn't think it would be something to interest me, and that's Space Marine Adventures. Now, what this turned out to be was something that's really, really cool. It's, oh, well, I guess there's only one way to explain it. Let's go down to the table and take a look at it. Now, I'm not going to explain every rule, but I'm going to really kind of just go over this a bit with you guys. Just so you can see, you get 4 Marines, and they push together pretty quickly, but I really suggest that you glue them. They're really nice. You could just take, if you have Space Marines, if you're a veteran of it, just go grab your Space Marines if you want to, if you don't want to put them together. But I really like the bigger size here a little bit. They go together. They just snap together very quickly, but I suggest you glue them. I really do. The neat thing here is, as you can see, we have a whole bunch of different characters, and there are different chapters. You only play with 4 of them, so you could mix and match however you like, but you're only going to play with 4 guys. And what you have here is that, oh, you have the Grey Wolves, you have the Salamanders, you have, I think they're the Fist, oh, God, I forgot their name. And, of course, our old favorite, the Ultramarines. Now, in something that I never expected that our very good friends at GW would ever do is actually put chits in a bag. Okay, now I know hell is going to freeze over. And in here, you're going to be pulling out things as they're needed. But to start the game, you're always going to have some Necrons right on the spots here. All right, and that's going to get you going. The Necrons it's pretty straightforward. You have an Overlord, which may come later. You're going to start, and there's going to be a lot of fluff here. You're going to go with this here, which is level 1, and then you're going to read this entire thing. I'm not going to spoil it for you. There are certain win conditions. In the box here, as you can see, there are 2 more that aren't even open, because you do this first, then that, and then this one here actually has some advanced cards that you can mix in with the rest of the decks to keep the game fresh and keep it going. This number here is the number that you're going to have to roll when you are attacking, and as you can see, you have range and you have 4 actions. When you get next to a Necron, you are going to roll, and well, that ain't gonna beat anybody, because that definitely isn't going to beat a 3. So that wouldn't be very good. The way you decipher order is you have these cards, and what's going to happen is you're going to turn over, and well, the Necron player will get to go. So what happens is you're going to draw a card here, and then you're going to read, and whatever it says is going to happen. There's different things that can happen. You can spawn more Necrons out. So where it says 4 here, you're going to be putting a Necron out. You would pull it from the bag, and if there's somebody there, well, then it kind of has a pandemic kind of feel to it, because you would spawn one here and then one here. So say you pull another card and you pull out another one that says 4. Well, it would go here and then here. So you would have to face all these guys, and that is not cool. There are certain win conditions and things like that, and different types of maps. You also, at the very beginning of the game, are going to get a bunch of cards. You're going to draw 8 of these, and you're going to pull 4 of them. These are special things that are going to help you out, and each Marine here is going to get one of these cards. So if you finish this particular level, And, well, you know, you have these cards where you're going to get rid of these cards and you're going to pick up the other 4 and then draw another 4 to add to it, and then pick the 4 that you like for each guy. So it changes each time. These cards can be brutal and unmerciful a bit. And if you get wounded, because it's always possible for you to get wounded, you are going to flip over your guy, which means that he is wounded. And if he takes another wound, guess what? He is removed from the game. These cards can be brutal. They can cause you to skip a turn. So if you're playing by yourself and you have all 4 people, it works pretty good. If you're playing with a bunch of people, it wouldn't work. I don't think that, you know, things like that would work very good, because then somebody would be sitting around doing nothing for a bit. But I find this works best with 2 people to 1 person, and I think this is just something that I found to be enjoyable, quick, and a very much a Space Hulk ultralight, and I think that's the best way you could put it. But without further ado, I gave you a pretty brief overview of how this works, but I'm telling you, this is something that I think you would enjoy. But let's go on up top and get my final thoughts and get on out of here. I really like this because I almost consider this like a Space Hulk ultralight. I mean, that's the best way I could put it. You got Necrons instead of Gene Stealers, but this is a nice, fun, you have a fantastic solo experience out of it, and I think it really works. I think it's fantastic. There's nothing deep here. This is something where you could play with just about any of your kids and just have a fantastic, wonderful time. Like you saw, you can the units go together. I always suggest you glue them just so they don't fall apart. Or if you have Space Marines already done, well, guess what? Throw them in there. You know, why not? You can even substitute the blips with Necrons, and just, you know, to add another flavor to it if you wanted to. It's whatever this wants you to be. But I find that this is a nice game that plays with 2 people, or you could play it solo, and I just think it's a fantastic experience. I like this. All 3 of these games are going to stay in my collection, and that's for sure. I really, really enjoyed going through these this week, and I thought that these were just absolutely fantastic, fun, and great experiences. So, without further ado, I hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, it's your old pal Rob. We'll see you soon.